Hello, my name is Karina. I'm a full-time food blogger for almost 2 years now, working and traveling the world at the same time. Alone in the last year, I have been to Panama, Costa Rica, Mexico, Taiwan, the Philippines, Italy, Montenegro, and now currently I'm in Bali working from here. I still work with my clients from home, producing the same high quality content as I would at home. And today I'm here to give you insights into working while traveling as a food blogger. I will be giving away amazing tips that will really help you do the same. Keep up that quality standard of your work while you're traveling. I will first touch on some challenges that you face when you go abroad to work and food blog at the same time, and then I will give some very helpful tips of how to make it easier when you're abroad to still deliver great quality work. So let's get into the video. Let me start off by saying how much I love being a food blogger. It just gives me so much flexibility of where I want to be right now. I only need my laptop, my computer, internet, and my phone, and I can basically go wherever I want. So I usually spend about a month in one place and then go to the next. I will start by listing some of the challenges you might face when you go abroad as a food blogger and try to work from there. Don't mind me looking at my laptop. I took some notes here, so I just don't want to forget anything that I wrote down here, so I might be looking down a bit. First off, let's touch upon the topic of time difference. That has been very challenging for me because if you go to a different country with a 7-hour time difference, you have to take that into consideration when working with your clients because you might not get an immediate answer. So that's definitely a challenge I've run into. Then shipping difficulties. Your clients from home might not be able to ship to Bali or to Mexico or to Costa Rica. So usually I just pack everything I need for the time of traveling in my suitcase, usually very heavy, and then I just take it with me because shipping difficulty is something I have run into a lot when traveling to faraway places. Non-availability of some ingredients. So if you go to like a tropical place, you might not have the same ingredients they have at your home country. So make sure if it's something you really need to bring that in your suitcase as well. Poor internet connection is probably the worst challenge you have if you're traveling to developing countries, because not every country has great internet, so finding good spots with good internet has been also difficult in the past for me. Terrible lighting conditions. As a food blogger, you know, like lighting is everything. So sometimes you might not be able to shoot because the lighting is just terrible, and yeah, it's impossible to take a good picture. That has been super difficult for me as well. Some of my props have been broken because of rough airport handling, for example. So a lot of stuff has been damaged during my travels. So I always had to buy a lot of new stuff, which is sad if you bring your favorite food blogging plates and then they break. But yeah, what can you do? Let's jump into my tips that I have for you in order to also help you resolve those challenges and make it easier for you to travel and food blog. So my first tip is use waiting times well. That has been something I did not do in the beginning. Make sure you always have work offline that you can do, where you don't need internet. Let's say you're waiting for a bus or an airplane at the airport. If you go to developing countries, a lot of services are usually unpunctual, and then you will run into a lot of waiting time. So make sure you bring work that you can do offline in order to make use of that waiting time. Otherwise, it will be wasted. And yeah, it's always good to have something you can work on when you don't have internet. Tip number 2. Make sure you always have your charging devices with you. Let's say you are at the airport and you do have work you can do offline, but then your laptop runs out of battery and you didn't bring your charger That's too bad because then you can't work. And that's something I forgot to do a lot when we did day trips and we were going places. I thought, oh, my laptop's gonna be fine for the day, and then after 2 hours it ran out of battery and I had nothing to do. So make sure to always have your charging devices with you. Also bring an adapter if the outlets are different. Tip number 3, schedule in enough working time. When you travel, it's very easy to get distracted because you want to go there and you want to see this and you want to check out that spot, and you don't have enough time for your actual work and your tasks that you wanted to do. So what I do is I block time off in my calendar that's like dedicated working time. When I'm abroad, I know I'm still gonna work from this to this period of time to really get the important things done and not get too distracted. Tip number 4, thoroughly screen your accommodation. If you're a food blogger like me who takes pictures of their own recipes, which means you are cooking and you're taking photos then, it's important to have a kitchen. So for example, for me, hotels don't work because I can't cook at the hotel. That's why I always do Airbnb and I make sure they have a good kitchen. I usually always ask the owner of the apartment if they have the basic supplies. For example, for me, a blender is always really important because I love to blend smoothie bowls and stuff like that. So if you have specific things, I always ask them for it. I look at the pictures, sometimes I make them send me pictures. And then also I have them run a speed test for the internet because like this I can make sure it really has good internet, stable internet, which I need for like conference calls or video calls or just to upload and download important files that I need. When you screen your accommodation, also make sure the lighting is good. Make sure it has natural light coming into your room because this will make it so much easier to shoot. I had Airbnbs in the past with terrible lighting where I had to shoot outside the house, which was a little uncomfortable. So make sure you have good lighting at the Airbnb or the accommodation that you book. Another great tip that I have for you is find a co-working space. This is something that has tremendously helped me here in Bali. I've signed up at a co-working space and the working energy there is just amazing. Everybody comes there to work, you're so focused, everybody's with their headphones. It is also a great way to meet people while you're traveling because you will run into so many other entrepreneurs and digital nomads, and it's just a fun way to socialize while also really get your focused work done. So that's something I would totally recommend. Co-working spaces are usually in all major cities, and just Google them, you'll find them, they're amazing. My next tip is to plan ahead. If you have long-term cooperations, make sure to really bring the products with you because some companies will not ship it to wherever you are in the world. So usually when I travel, I have like half of my suitcase packed with cooperation products. And then also, if I know it's a long-term cooperation and I'll be gone for 2 months, I already pre-produce those postings. So I would shoot Christmas recipes already at the end of September because I know like right now I'm gone for October and November and I'll be coming back in December. So I already know what I need to deliver for December. I already shot that in September. So I also have less work then. And it just makes it easier to plan ahead. Another huge tip that I have for you is to get a local SIM card. This will make your life so much easier and will make you feel more like a local. Usually you can get local SIM cards at the airport right away, and it will give you prepaid SIM cards with gigabytes that you can use, and then you have internet wherever you go, which is not only important for your social media channels and your blog, but also if you want to find your way around. This is something I have not done at my previous trips in Costa Rica and Panama. It has been quite challenging, and now I always do it, and it has really been a game changer. So get your local SIM card when you travel. Moving on to the next tip, bring the right props. So when I travel somewhere as a food blogger, I always bring my basic food blogging equipment. By the way, I made a video about this, which I will link in the description box. You can find it. it's important to have like the basics with you, because you never know what the situation at the kitchen is gonna be, where you stay, and it's always good to have your backdrops, your kitchen towels, your favorite plates and glasses, whatever you need in order, if you have nothing, to still get a good picture. So that's what I always have in my suitcase, what I always bring your basic food blogging equipment with you. Last but not least, make sure you bring the right equipment when you travel. If you have multiple lenses, make sure you bring your favorite lens and your favorite camera. For example, I am always bringing my Nikon. It's the Nikon D750. I love it. It's such a strong camera. I have the 50mm 1.8 lens on it, which is just perfect for food photography. It really blends out the background. That's basically all I'm taking with me, and that's all I'm using for my food photography. I love this camera, I can really recommend it. So make sure you do have equipment that works. Don't just think, oh, when I'm traveling I'm gonna take the photos on my phone, because that's really going to reduce the quality of your work. Make sure you do bring your amazing camera, even though it's heavier. I also have a tripod with me, which I'm filming with right now, and a microphone, so I can also record videos. So make sure you have all the equipment you need in order to really keep the quality high when you travel, because that's important also for your clients. So that was it for my top tips when you travel and food blog at the same time. I hope you found some of them useful. Make sure to try it. For me, it's just the most beautiful thing to be able to have the freedom to choose where you want to work from. It's amazing, and you also get so inspired by all the different countries and cultures, and there are so many new fruits and veggies that you can try in your recipes. So I really recommend doing it. Also, make sure to check out my food blogging online course. I have a food blogging online success course that's going to teach you everything in order to really kickstart your own food blog. It will take you through all the major steps you need regarding food photography, monetization, and everything else you need to know in order to become a successful food blogger. So I will put that into the description box. Make sure to check it out, and also look at some of my other food blogging videos that I have. Maybe some of that will help you as well. And I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!